And welcome back to another session of Relationship Q&A. Thank you so much for stopping by. Elias Matters, I see you there. Thank you so much. For a minute, I thought that was a super chat. I'm like, I haven't even started. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you for being a member, and that's 19 months. That's a long, long time. Thank you very much for your continuous support. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. How are you doing? How are you? How's your Sunday going? I know we spoke not long ago, but how are you? How's your Sunday going? Thank you so much for stopping by as always. Okay, so I don't know if anyone else is here. So thank you so much. I hope everyone is fine and I hope that everyone is having an amazing day. Good to know that you're fine. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this live stream is just going to be a quick one, just to kind of catch up with everyone and see how we're doing. On the Met Audio new month hosting, and everyone, happy new month to you too. Thank you so much. I was supposed to come live yesterday, and my sister, that's my sister there on the Met, she rang me and she's like, "Are you not coming live?" I'm like, "Ugh, I'm so tired. I just got back from church. I'm so tired. I cannot come on." She's like, "Oh, but you should, you should, you should." I'm like, "Okay, but no, I cannot." you know. But I'm here today, and I'm happy I'm here. It's going to be quick and short. It's just like a catch up for everyone, really, just to see how everyone is doing. I intend that it to be very, very short. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, but thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, how are you doing, Onome? How's the family? How is Ireland? How is Cork? How is everyone doing? Thank you guys so much for coming. So like I said, this one is it's just going to be a catch up how everyone is doing. I'm going to be live proper next week. But I've not had a live stream for like two weeks. The past 2 weeks I haven't. So I thought I would just come in today to see how everyone is doing. Okay, and I've just titled it the value of our relationships, the value we put on our relationship. And the reason I decided to talk about this, they actually did a short video and this afternoon where I talked about it, and I just thought, you know what, I'll just kind of expatiate on it a little bit. I just realized that as time goes on, as we mature in life, as we grow in life, there are certain things that we hold so dear that we think are important to us. At certain times, we find out that it really doesn't matter anymore. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. And I've been thinking about this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. There are things that I used to hold so dear, like, oh, this thing has to be in a certain way. This person has to do this. If this person doesn't do this, I get offended. You know, yeah, I'm fine. Thank you so much. I'm fine. Thank you. Glad to know everyone is okay. So we put a lot of expectation on people, on our friends and our family, and we expect them to do certain things. And if they don't do it, we feel offended. We get emotional. Hi, do you remember me? Mukia News. I know that name. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. Mukia News. Thank you so much. I remember that name. Yes, I do remember that name. Thank you. How are you? How have you been? Thank you for stopping by. Okay, so like I was saying, a lot of times we expecting Mana. Oh, Mana TV, did you change your name? Or is this another channel? Mana TV, good to see you. You're like my invisible friend. You come in and you disappear, and you come in again and then you disappear. Thank you so much for always stopping by. Thank you. Okay, so I was just saying that in life sometimes we expect things to be in a certain way. If things don't go that way, we're like the whole world is going to come crumbling down. We expect our children to be certain way. We expect our children to do certain things, and if they don't do it, it's a problem. Name change. Thank you for remembering. Of course, I remember Mana TV. If our children don't do things in that way, the way we know how to do it, it's a problem. We want like all hell will break loose, the whole world will come crumbling down. If our partners, our husbands, or our wives don't do things in a certain way, it becomes a problem. Okay, we expect our husbands or our wives to dress in a certain way. We expect them to do certain things. And if they don't do it, it's a big, big problem for us. We think about it. We worry about it. For me personally, I would worry. Sometimes I'll lose sleep over it. Like, it has to be this way. What would people say? What would people think? This is how I want things to be, But over time, I've come to realize that it really doesn't have to be that way, because the more you hold on to that, the more you put yourself under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress. You put yourself under a lot of pressure because you expect things to be a certain way. Like for me, I would lose sleep. For myself and my husband, before now, I'll be like, oh, he has to call me at a certain time. If he doesn't call me, maybe he's at work. If he doesn't call me, it's a problem. That's like a set rule. It has to, but it doesn't have to be. And I think this all comes with maturity and with age, with time as well, with maturity. As we grow through life, we get to see that, what, if you put everything into perspective, it really doesn't matter. What if the person is not able to do it? What if something has happened? How would it even change your life if the person does it in that way or does it in a different way? Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say is, let's not put so much pressure on ourselves, expecting things to be in a certain way, especially in our relationship. Yomi Kitchen Direct, thank you for coming. I'm happy to see you. I don't think I've seen you this year. Well, Happy New Year again. If I'd already seen you, thank you so much for stopping by. I haven't really been on YouTube for a while, so I won't have seen if you've posted any videos, but I will have a look. Let me not forget. I'll check you out, see if you've put any nice recipes recently. Okay, that I need to learn for myself. Okay, so the point I'm trying to say is, let's not put a lot of pressure on ourselves. You did, but I was a bit busy too, right? Okay. I've not posted at all. Okay, so good for me then. I haven't missed anything. Okay, but really good to see you. I'm happy to see you. I'm always happy to see everyone, and when I come live like this, it makes my day when there's someone I can talk to, so that I'm not just talking to myself. But what I'm saying today is, let's try to take a step back. So in as much as we want things to be in a certain way, so we have goals, we have plans, we have things to be in a certain way, it doesn't have to be that way. So we can get to where we're going, even if we do it in a different way, especially if someone else is involved. If someone else, like maybe if you're married and you have a husband or you have a wife, the person might want to take a different route, but it will still get you to the same place where you're going. So if you then decide that you want to stress yourself over the fact that you want it to be that way and the other person wants it to be the other way, then at the end of the day, you have a lot of headache. You give yourself a lot of headache. And when that time has passed, you realize that, why were we even fighting over this thing that doesn't really, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. So it's really important that we kind of take a step back. Okay, and for someone like me, my husband and I have two different personalities, and I've come to learn a lot from him. Because, say for instance, if we're going out, today is Sunday, if we're going to church on a Sunday morning, by Saturday night, I would have prepared myself. I would have brought out my outfit. I would have packed my bag, everything, so that as soon as I wake up, get in the shower, dress up, and I'm off. My husband, on the other hand, he won't do anything until if we're leaving the house 9 o'clock, he won't get into the bathroom until 20 to 9. You can imagine, for someone that prepares the night before compared to someone that does it 20 minutes before. So initially, it was a huge struggle for me. And I remember there was a particular day, I'm like, can't you just get yourself ready? And I got all worked up and that, but eventually he got into the shower, it was ready even before me. It was ready before me. I'm like, okay. And then I learned the next time we were going to church in the morning, and he was like, I was ready doing my makeup and all of that. He was still lying down, just doing his own thing. In my head, I'm like, just, I was saying it in my head, just get up and go and shower and get ready. But I tried to not stress out about it. In my head, I'm like, you should just do this. Just do this. So, so like the same like my sometimes I get upset, but I'm used to it now. Exactly. You don't have a choice. Because at the end of the day, he will get ready at the same time with you, or even before you. Like this particular day in my head, I'm like, just get up and go and shower. He got up, he was having coffee. I'm like, you could have had your shower, and then that's how I would do it. I'll have my shower first, get dressed, and then I'll have my coffee. But his own, he got up, was having coffee, he still hasn't showered. In my head, I'm in my head, I'm going crazy. But I've just told myself, you know what, just calm down, calm down, calm down. Eventually, he finished his coffee, went into the shower, got ready, and like that, was ready before me. And I was saying to him, I'm like, all the while you were doing all these things, in my head, I was going crazy. Like, you should have done this instead of waiting till the last minute. But the point I'm trying to make is, at the end of the day, we got to the same place, we got to the same outcome. We were ready on time to go to church on time. Okay, the same thing if we're going out anywhere, we will still get to the same place. So let's not try not to stress ourselves. The fact that it doesn't work out the way we want to. So I can stress myself all through the night and say, oh, you need to get yourself ready. I'll be like, okay, what are you going to wear? You need to pick it out tonight. I can stress myself all over and over and over and over again. But that's not the way he does it. And if he doesn't do it that way, it's okay. It doesn't have to be my way. Things I will hold so important, like, oh, if this person does this thing to me, it would be a huge problem. For instance, I used to be someone that I have a lot of expectations for people because I do a lot for people. I'm very loyal to my friends and family. Therefore, I used to expect them to do the same for me. But what I've come to realize that the fact that you are doing that for someone doesn't necessarily mean that they have to do the same for you. You're doing what you're doing out of your goodwill. Be it your friend, be it your family. Before I'll get emotional, I'll be like, okay, if I were the one, I would do this. If I were the one, I would do that for you. Why are you not doing it for me? I'll be like, oh, that's a simple thing to do for someone. Why is it that you're not doing it for me? But no, they don't have to do it for you. If they'll do it for you, fine. If you decide to do it for them, that's fine. But don't expect too much from people. Don't expect them to do certain things for you. If they do it, fine. If they don't do it, oh well, it's fine. And recently, another example, I was going to do something. I was expecting my friend to do something for me. I threw it to her like, oh, can you do this for me? And she says, oh no, I'm busy, I'm that and that and that. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just go to the supermarket and get one for myself. And that solved it. And the way my perspective changed immediately, if it was before, I'll be like, is it not just for you to do this, do that? Why are you saying you're too busy and you do it for other people? My perspective changed immediately. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll go to the supermarket and get one for myself. You know, me, like I said, if it's before, I'll be emotional, I'll think about it. Why is this person being mean to me? But no, it's her time. She decides what she does with her time. So Elias is saying sometimes we expect too much from people, but it should not be so. Exactly. An expectation is one of the things that leads to disappointment a lot of the times, unmet expectation, because we expect so much from people. And if they now don't meet our expectation, we get disappointed. Whether it's your friend or your family or your spouse, sometimes we expect too much from them. We just need to know that, okay, this person is their own. They don't have to do this thing for us. If they do it, fine. No, but they don't have to do it. So yes, I want you to do this. But if you don't do it, I understand that you've got your own time, you've got your own priorities. And because it's a priority to me, doesn't mean that it's going to be a priority to the next person. So if we're able to balance this and know that, okay, it's fine. It really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, then that's fine. I was listening to, what's this guy's name? It just popped into my head now. Can't remember his name now. But he was talking about a surgeon that goes into is a heart surgeon, and every time he goes through a surgery room, he does it, and in less than 5, maybe 10 minutes or 30 minutes, shorter than any other person, is done and is out of there. So every time he doesn't waste time, he just goes there and does what he needs to do and gets out of there. And then somebody was having an interview with him, and they said, "Okay, how do you do it? You're so good at what you do. How do you do it?" And he said, "All you need to find out is what matters at that minute." Okay, because in the grand scheme of things, a lot of things don't matter. We try to focus on so many things. Meanwhile, what matters is just that one thing. So he goes there, finds out that one thing that matters, sorts it, and that's all, and it comes out of there. If we are able to do that, like, okay, I'm doing a course, what actually matters in this thing I'm supposed to write? Okay, what question? So what question am I supposed to answer? What am I supposed to say? What does this person really want me to say? Or what do they really want me to do? Rather than going all over the place, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so Yomi Kitchen is saying, as we grow, we understand human beings. Before, I used to ask myself, why are they behaving like that? But now I'm okay. Exactly, because they are who they are. They are who they are, and you are who you are. So they can do whatever they want to do, behave whatever way they want to behave. So long as they are not encroaching into your personal space. Okay, let them do what they want. So long as you have your values, you have your standards, they're not encroaching into your values, they're not encroaching into your standard space, and let them be. Okay, and if they're trying to encroach, it's just, okay, you know what, that's not acceptable, and let it be. Okay, so it's really important. So Onome is saying being expectant of people is something that I've come to live without, because whatever you do is of your nature. And that's true. We all have our nature. We all have what we are predisposed to. We have things that we'll do in our secret, in our inner closet. So when I now come out to do some certain things, you know that, okay, that's who I am. Just like when I was giving an example of myself and my husband having different personalities when it comes to getting ready. I'm the person that will be like, okay, do it now, do it now, do it now. And he's the one that would wait, like, we'll do it later, we'll do it later. That's his nature. And this is my nature. So we need to understand that we're completely different people, we're different individuals. So a time will come, if he says, okay, you know what, I think I want to try to do things more promptly. And I can say, okay, you know what, I think I need to relax a bit. It will take intention. I'll have to do that intentionally, because that's naturally not me. So intentionally, I can say, okay, I can change my nature to an extent. And sometimes life experiences can change us as well. Due to the life experiences we have, we tend to maybe move to certain areas or make certain decisions or be a different person. Okay, but our nature is our nature. That would not change unless we intentionally work on ourselves to make ourselves better or to make ourselves different. Okay, so it's really important. I guess what I'm trying to say today is, let's not put too much expectation on people. Let's not want things to be in a certain way to the extent that we begin to stress ourselves over it, we begin to get worked up over it. Just know that it's okay if this person, if you expected a friend to help you, it's okay. I remember last year I needed some financial help. I spoke to a few of my friends and they said, oh no, I don't have, I need, I'm like, it's fine. That doesn't stop our relationship at all. I just know that it's okay. Even though I know that you can give me the help I need and you don't give it to me, it's fine. I just know that, okay, this is who this person is and this is who I am. Or maybe this is where this person's priorities lie. And things like that will help you to define your relationship with people, help you to set your boundaries as well. You know, so if you're spending, I remember we did a live stream with Coach Shola a while ago when she talked about the benefits of relationship or building positive relationships. And she talked about having to review your relationship every time. So maybe every 6 months, every 3 months, or every week, every day, however you want to review your relationship. And if you're spending a lot of time with someone and your time of need comes and that person is not able to step up for you, even though they can, that's where you now sit down and say, okay, I've put this person here, but this person has put me at the very bottom. Therefore, you want to revalue your position and be like, okay, I think you two need to calm down a bit. A time might come whereby you need to take that person up again in the ladder of your life. But at that point in time, once you've evaluated your relationship, you know that, okay, this person can help me, or this person can do this for me, but they choose not to do it. That's okay. I know that this person is not going to help me in this area, but the person might be useful to you in another area. It might even be you. Yeah, so it's good that we are able to evaluate our relationship from time to time to know that, okay, this is where I am with this person. This is what this person can do for me. This is what this person would not do for me. But that's okay. I don't take any offense. I accept you for who you are. Okay, true at Onome, but some people are so mean, even they can't do it. You get hurt when you so much expect from people, and that's true. And that's why I said before, expectation, unmet expectation leads to disappointment, especially when you trust the person. When the person is close to you and you know that this person can do this thing for me and they don't do it. You know that this person, maybe for instance, you need somebody to give you are in desperate need of maybe $5 or £5, €5 or 500 naira. You're in desperate need at that time. And you know that this person that's sitting next to your friend or your husband or your wife or someone very close to you, you know that they have like 5,000 with them at the time. And then you ask them and they say, "I'm sorry, I don't forgive you," or "Sorry, I can't give you." You understand? It hurts because you know that this person is capable. But the point is, don't hold it to her. Just know that this person would not help me. I don't know if that makes sense. So instead of you to, so yes, it hurts, but don't hold it. Just know your position in that person's life. Okay, even if you just ask a person for financial help to see if they can help you, if you really need it. Yeah, you can do that as well, just to kind of test your relationship with people to see if they'll be there for you per time. So it's really important. Let's not hold things, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if that person doesn't give you, someone else might give you. If that person doesn't help you, someone or you will help yourself. Or you might find out at the end of the day that you really don't need that help that they're wanting to give you. Okay, you can do it in a different way. It can work out a different way. Why I said whatever you are is in the nature. Yeah, that's why I said whatever you are in the nature. Exactly. That's how you know people. That's how you know that, okay, this is who this person is. There's some people that will never help you with money, but then they would help you in another way. That's why I said sometimes you scale them down, but you might bring them back up again. So the fact that someone hasn't helped you in that way doesn't mean that you just throw them away and say, okay, this is not my friend anymore. No, it's okay. They might be able to help you in a different way, or they might be useful to you, or you might be useful to them in a certain way, because people come into our lives for different reasons. It might be that they came into your life for your help. It might be that you came into their life for their help. Okay, so God brings people to our lives for different reasons. So let's not discard our friends because they haven't done something to us. Let's just know where we stand in their lives, in the scale of things. Let's know that, okay, this is how this person values me, or this is how this person doesn't value, and it's fine. And I know that I think a few years ago or so, I used to have this friend that was very close to, like, we're like 5 and 6, and somehow something happened. And I noticed that she won't tell me things anymore. Rather, I'll hear things from someone else. So things that I'm supposed to know as a friend, I won't hear it until maybe like 5 or 10 other people have heard it. So I sat myself down. I'm like, okay, if this is where this person has placed me in her life, that's fine. But when time came, the whole thing changed again. She started to tell me things. So I don't know what's happening in her life, or what was happening in her life at that time, or what she was going through. Okay, so it's important to know that even when people behave in a certain way, it might be their nature, it might be because they're going through certain things in their lives as well. But it's normal that you will be talking to someone every day and later on you stop, but there is no argument. Is it normal that you will be talking to someone every day and later on you stop, but there is no argument? It's possible. It's possible. It might just be that Maybe something is going on in the person's life, or maybe something is going on in your life, or maybe your priorities have changed. Yeah. I have a friend that we used to talk like every day. My YouTube friend, we used to talk like every day. Every day we'll talk on the phone. And the time came, and for like 1 week we won't talk. When I call her, she'll be like, "Oh, I'm busy." In my head, I'm like, "What's going on?" But the truth is, she started doing something that was taking her time. You understand? So I had to kind of prioritize it in my head and know that, okay, things have kind of changed. So sometimes events change, sometimes our lives change, sometimes we get involved in something. I used to do YouTube live stream every Sunday. I used to do videos every Saturday. But because my priorities have changed, I'm just still trying to catch up. So yes, we can have friends. We talk every day, every day, every day, every day. And sometimes some things might happen and then we'll just kind of drift apart. But it's important that if you want that friendship, it's important that you call to check on that person to say, okay, what's going on? I hope everything is okay. Don't just leave things to slide because you don't know what people are going through. I was in church today and people were giving testimonies, and in my head, what was going on in my head is you see people every day, but you don't actually know what's going on in their lives. You don't know what's going on in people's hearts, in people's lives, people every day. You don't know what's going on. So we want to check up on people. And if it's a situation that they don't want your friendship anymore, that's fine. If they don't want relationship with you anymore, that's okay. Fine, stay your lane, I'll stay on my lane. A time might come again and you can continue your friendship for where you stopped, but don't take it to heart. I remember having there's a particular girl I met, a lady I met a few years ago now. We're working in the same place, and she's Nigerian, I'm Nigerian. So in my head, oh, I found a friend. I used to know her even before I started working there. So in my head, oh, I found a friend and all of that, and just this and that. But I realized that she didn't want that friendship I was bringing to her. And it hurts me. Even till date, it still hurts me because I've never been in a position where I want to be friends with someone and they don't want to be friends with me. You understand? So I'm usually the one that will stay clear and watch and watch and watch before I bring you close to me. But this time around, it was the other way around. And I'm like, what have I done? Where did I go wrong? So it's painful that sometimes we want people's friendship and they don't want our friendship. But if that's the case, that's fine. That's fine also. So let's not think about it. Yes, it hurts, yes, but don't dwell on it. Okay, things can be different. You can be okay doing things differently. Okay, so it's really, really important. So yes, you can be friends with someone and suddenly maybe the person has heard something about you, maybe something has happened in their lives, maybe they don't want your friendship anymore and they just decide to stay away from you, and that's okay. But what if it was good? It was a good friend and you had misunderstanding and you don't talk to each other anymore. So in this case, it depends on you what you want. So if you have a misunderstanding, the best thing is to have conversation. Talk about your misunderstanding. If I am wrong, I apologize. If you are wrong, you apologize. Sometimes the person might not even apologize, but you, because you value that friendship, and that's why we're talking about the value of our relationship. If you value that friendship, sometimes you make excuses for them. It's okay, you know what? Maybe this person did this because of this reason, or maybe because this person is doing this. But always have a conversation with the person. If the person has misunderstood you, or if you've misunderstood the person, then if you want that friendship to continue, then you want to have that conversation with the person. And if you're not able to have that conversation, if you value your friendship, if you know somebody that can talk to them, maybe their partner or maybe their family member, someone that can talk to them to get the things resolved, then by all means do it if you want the relationship to continue. Okay, so but I understand that sometimes you have misunderstanding with someone that you're very close to. You don't want the relationship to go south, but sometimes it does. If you tried everything you can and it still goes south and it still doesn't work out, then it's time for the person to leave your life, because people come into our lives for different reasons. Some come for a short time, Some come, they'll just come for a purpose. They'll do whatever it is they want to do with you for that time being. And some will come for a lifetime. So if you've done everything you can and the person still says, oh, no, 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 I still don't want to have a relationship with you, then by all means, she has a short temper, although she has some good parts. So you need to understand. So and that's why I talk about giving excuses for someone, because you know that they have a quick temper. So you give excuses for them. When they are calm, you can tell them like, okay, this you did, this you that. You're always angry. Why don't you check out yourself? And to be honest with you, that person that has a short temper also knows that she has a short temper, that she might regret whatever she has done. After she has done exploded, she will regret later. So at that time that she has calmed down, you want to meet her and say, okay, you have short temper, you did this or you said that, and give them the opportunity to apologize. But if the person has a short temper and then you also say, you know what, to whatever, to hell with you, I don't want your relationship anymore, that means the relationship is gone. Okay, but you want to make excuses for them, make excuse for the person, and then hope your relationship gets better. She'll get upset with small things like if you are late, and she'll be like, you will kill me. It's her personality. And I tell you about myself before, whereby I'm like this. I want to do things, I want to get ready in the night and all of that before, So if it's her personality, she wants to be on time, she wants things to be in a certain way. It takes time, it takes education. So at the time that you are not late is the time to tell her that, okay, this thing you're doing or this thing you're not doing. Because if you go to her when she's already angry that you are late, then it will escalate. So you want to look for the right time to kind of sort things out and have a conversation with her. And I don't think she'll be unreasonable to not know what she's doing, or not know that what she's saying or her actions are affecting her relationship in that way. Okay, so we just need to be able to understand. And for us as well, if you're that person that has a short temper, you want to be aware that your actions have an impact on your relationship. And that's where we talk about emotional intelligence. You want to be aware of yourself first. Because I used to be that person that got angry as well. I get angry and I explode. But as soon as I do that, I'm like, what is even wrong with me? Why can't I just calm myself? Why can't I not just control my temper? Immediately I do that, I realize. And I have to consciously work on myself, like, okay, you know what, you don't have to do this. You don't have to talk all the time. Sometimes you just keep quiet. Sometimes to just chill is even better. I explained to her, but she tell people that I have let her down, as she has helped me when I needed help. I explained to her. So maybe you want to go back to her and explain the reason why you said what you said. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know exactly what has been said by yourself or by her, but I would suggest that you look for a better time. If someone else has any other option, please put it on the chat so we know. So I just stopped as I was like, I don't want to kill her, and that was it. Yeah, so if anyone else has any suggestions on how to deal with a situation like this, please put it in the chat so that we'll all learn together. Okay, it might be that at a different time you explain to her, but sometimes, to be honest, just stay away. Yeah, might help. You might be calling her from time to time, oh, how you doing, and all of that, but that relationship doesn't have to be as close anymore, especially if it's affecting you and it's affecting her as well. You don't want to kill her, she doesn't want you to kill her, and she doesn't want to be upset. You don't want to upset her either. Okay, so sometimes some relationships it's better to just say, so if you've tried everything you can, you know that, okay, this relationship, that's it. Be friends from afar, and maybe later you can get back to being friends again. She came late and I told her to be on time, so we just say bye up to today, no more. Now she has seen how it is when she tells it to someone else. Okay, but if you still want the relationship after some time, say hello to her. After some time, arrange to meet up and just have a chat about why you have the misunderstanding, why you feel the way you feel, and let her, maybe you're doing something that she's not happy about as well. She'll have the opportunity to tell you, and then hopefully you can resolve it. Otherwise, if it's not resolvable, then it's fine. It's okay. You don't need everyone in your life. Like I said, some people come into your life for a short time. Some people come into your life for a certain period, okay, to do certain things for a purpose. Once they finish that purpose, that's it. And I have a relationship like that where someone came into my life, completed the work he was supposed to do, and that says, nah, it's just only like you're a child. No, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, so you want to have a conversation. If that's the relationship you have, then it's not good because obviously it's affecting you negatively, and you don't want to be in that kind of relationship. Be friends from afar. Don't become enemies. Don't keep malice, but just be friends from afar. Okay, if you've tried everything you can and it's not working, it's not helping, then just hello, how now, how you do, how, yeah, how your family, yeah, I just got to check on you, and just be friends from afar. Even if you meet up like, hey, what's up, let's have a drink. It's Don't go into deep discussions like that. Okay, so I gave her a distance. I used to tell her to change. You can't change people. Okay, so the best thing is what you've done. Give her space and be friends from afar. Okay, but that's it. So I think we're going to stop soon. I don't want this live stream to be too long, but it's been interesting with Yummy Kitchen. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for your valuable contributions, for your questions. This has kept us going. I just thought I'll come to it. Next week I'll be coming live. I think next week I'll be for an hour or thereabouts. So we have more things to talk about. As most of our friends used to argue with her, but me, I was calm. I managed her, but I couldn't. Yeah, she has problem with her attitude. If you can't change her, then the best thing is for you to just give her some space and be friends from afar, like I said. Okay, but it's really important that your mental health is intact. Okay, so that's really, really important. But thank you guys so much for everyone that has been here. Okay, like I said, things don't have to be our way, things don't have to be in a certain way, things can change, and that's what I've realized over time, that things could be a different way and still be fine. Yeah, things could be different and still be okay. And I remember doing a video once where I talked about different perspectives. So if you're looking at my hand like this, you're seeing the back of my hand, but I'm seeing the front of my palm. Okay, but it's still my hand that you're looking at. Okay, so we're looking at the same thing, but we're seeing it from different perspectives, and that's okay. Things don't have to be that in a certain way. Our relationships don't have to be in a certain way. Things can be different and still be okay. You don't have to be close friends with that lady you're talking about, and that's fine. So it's really important that we don't put so much stress on ourselves because we want it. People were like, how come she's your friend? Which means you really tried. You tried to accommodate her. You really did. You really did. But your mental health is far more important than trying to keep any sort of relationship that's not serving you any positive benefits. Okay. But thank you guys so much. I think we'll call it a day here. It's 7:41, 40 minutes already. But thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for everyone that stayed. Thank you for all your valuable contributions. Have a lovely day and have a lovely week. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Since December, no more communications. Yeah, I think that's better for you. Thank you. Bye. Bye-bye. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook as well, if you don't already do that. Bye-bye.